Welcome, welcome, welcome to On Fire to Inspire. I am Leah, your purpose midwife, here to just thank you guys for joining us tonight. You could have been doing anything else, but you chose to spend it with us. And for that, we are totally grateful. We do not take it for granted. Y'all, I tell you, I'm excited about tonight. This is our guest's first time appearing tonight here on our platform. So we're excited. But before we jump in, we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank mombizboss.org, our sisters, our girls over at in Georgia. Well, actually, we're growing all over. So if you are an entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur, you want to join these ladies. It's mombizboss.org, mombizboss.org. It's an awesome, awesome opportunity to collaborate with other business owners and women that think just like you or think, we're all entrepreneurs in some aspects. So join that group. And you can also find ways of collaborating, gleaning, and learning from each other. So mombizboss.org. And then also we have my big brother and apostle that is the author of Leadership Inside Trajectory. If you are a leader and that is not in your arsenal, you are already behind. So go to iworkfaith.com and get your copy of that today. We have UEBdesigns.com, and actually UEBdesigns.com. UEBdesign.com is who keeps me accessorized. Y'all see my accessories tonight. Y'all know I'm the bling girl, right? So I had to bling it up for y'all. But thank y'all so much, UEB Designs, keeping me all beautified and lovely. Even my little pendant is blinged out, y'all, from UEB Designs. Y'all see it? It's so cute, isn't it? So all of accessories tonight and pretty much every week, y'all see us, uebdesign.com. And then finally, y'all, the Brown team, y'all. Brown team, when I tell y'all, this team is a multi-million top sales team in investment. Cornelia and Bernard, they're a husband and wife team. And when I tell y'all, even though they're a $1 million sales team, top sales team, they are so humble. When I tell you, you are a family member to them. Until they get you what you need, it's like they don't just try to sell you. They take great care of you. So if you need any help with investing, any help with sales or buying, they're there for you. And so you can reach them at 404-843-2500. That is the Brown team of Metro Brokers of Atlanta, and they will take great care of you, the Brown team. All right, y'all, so we're getting ready to jump right in. I want y'all to do me a favor and hit that share button if we are tuning in right now through Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So y'all tell some friends to jump on in so they can hear our new friends as they join us and tell us about their project that they launched, and they're going to tell us more about that. So welcome, to our show. And I forgot to ask you, is it Kiana or
It
Quiana?
is. It's
Kiana?
Kiana.
Okay,
Yes.
I wanted to make sure. So Kiana and M, y'all welcome to the show. How y'all doing this great evening?
I'm
Hi.
I'm all
Great. How are
right.
you?
What
Thank
you
you for
talking about?
having
I'm
us.
all right. Great. Well, welcome to On Friday Inspire. So tell me a little bit about yourselves.
well, I'm M. I'm basically I'm a mom of a 17-year-old. Her senior year, yes. I've been married for 18 years. Um, I was a business owner. I owned a dry cleaners and I owned a laundromat this year, so I was an entrepreneur. Right now, I'm chilling because I'm tired. Working 7 days a week, so I'm tired. So I'm chilling right now to 2023, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay. Kiana.
I'm Kiana. I am sheesh, a mom. I don't know. That's always first, right? I'm a mom. I have two daughters. One is 20. She's in her third year of college, and then um, my youngest is also 17 and a senior. So almost done. Um, so yeah. I have a job. Um, I work every day. Wish I could relax, but I'm just excited for our new project and to venture out and find something else that I'm excited to do since um, I'm going to be an empty nester and I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So
I know,
Okay.
right?
yeah,
So you said you have a daughter in college, third year. I have a third year daughter in college as well,
yeah.
so I can relate. Yes, 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 yes. So tell me, you all's project. Tell us a little bit about the project. And
It started with like a conversation. We used to have these conversations, like last actually the pandemic. He made us start to talk to each other a lot more than we used to. So we started having conversations about because her and I, our mothers are sisters, so we're first cousins. We forgot that in school. How are y'all real cousins? We're real cousins. I think it's more the light skinny, dark skinny thing, but that's another story. We're also from Denver, Colorado. So yeah, and it started off like I said, we were talking about the past and we started having these conversations. And I was like, it's kind of weird that all you see on the internet or podcast are millennials. There's nobody talking about Gen X. Like we're the middle children of the generations. We're sandwiched between baby boomers and millennials. Nobody talks about us, or they mistake us for boomers. And I'm like, wait, 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 not that old yet. You know what I mean? So I was like, Kiana, let's. I think we should launch a podcast. What do you think? And she was like, okay. So
and and to be honest, at first I was like, oh, okay, and then the more we got into it and started getting in the studio, I was like, oh, this real. We really gonna do it. But I think she's right. Like a lot of podcasts, the different things that they talk about, I don't feel like we hear anything that relates to like where we are. As far as like our children and their ages, we don't have babies. Our parents are aging and what that looks like for us, and so different things like that.
yes, yes, I can definitely relate to that. You have either the young ones that are young enough to be our children,
right.
Right.
or you have the older ones that's old enough to be our parents. And so I can definitely relate to that. So during the pandemic and listening to different podcasts, that was your inspiration to do
Yep.
it. What kind
Mhm.
of things do y'all talk about? Like that's pertinent to our age group, or well, first of all, who is your audience? Who's your ideal audience for Generation XX, Gen XX? Sorry.
People around like starting in their 40s all the way up to like early 60s. Because the Generation X, from what I've read, is starts from 1965 to 1980. So that's our, if you already, here's our core audience. If you know how to work a VCR, you're our audience. If you know how to work a rotary phone, you're our audience. So that's our audience. We were there before we saw the birth of technology. I mean, I remember there was a time you actually had to pick up a phone to talk to somebody versus texting. And I remember the first time I started texting, I was like, this is stupid. That's not going to catch on. And now that's all I do is text.
Yeah.
I
So that's the
definitely
audience right there.
gotcha. Um, how has the feedback been for the people our age group? How's the feedback been with that? Because a lot of times it's very enlightening to have someone that understands and hears you.
Hmm.
Pretty much.
I've just kind of mentioned it to like people that I work with that are around my age, and they're like, "Oh yeah, tell me when it's going. Tell me when it's going." Because you don't realize, like, we started having the conversation, and it's like, why is nobody talking about this? But you don't realize there are a lot of people that are going through similar situations, and for me, I feel like I wouldn't say like a therapy, but like a space where, other people are relating to the things that we're going through. And,
Mhm.
it helps me to feel like, okay, I'm not the only one that's dealing
Mhm.
with this or having this issue or, so.
Right. Can y'all see the comments over to your right of your screen?
Oh, I haven't.
So the O'Kelly Project, O'Kelly Factor says they will never understand what it's like to hang up the phone. That is so true.
Exactly.
So true.
Huh.
The effect of like hanging up a cell phone versus like when I'm really tired of you and I want you to hear that I
Right. They
the
don't.
dial tone, the
Yeah,
dial tone.
yeah. They can't relate. They can't relate to that.
Yeah.
Um, and they can't relate to call waiting, and they can't relate to um, before you had call waiting and the line will be busy.
Busy.
or or my favorite, dial-up modems. Oh my god, you had to have two lines, two
Yeah.
lines. I had one because my mother was like, "Nah, we're having one." And so somebody called, and before voicemail, because remember answer machines. So
Yes,
before voicemail, somebody just didn't get through.
Yeah. Yeah.
that is so true.
And
So, How long have you all been doing your podcast now?
it started as a small project on a smaller scale. We started last year, but I couldn't devote much time to it because I still had my dry cleaners and my laundromat, and that's 7 days a week. So when we really started getting into it, like now, really, 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 really getting into it the last couple of months.
Okay. Okay. It sounds fun. And it sounds like for Kiana, it's like a release. It's release and a relief for her. It
Yes.
really is. She just lights up. She's like,
Yes.
yeah, you got it, Aaliyah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. It is. I'm telling y'all, that's when you found something that you can be passionate about, people feel it. Just like I said, you light up.
Mhm.
And that's what doing this show does for me. Being able to interview people that are, doing things that they love, because you have so many people that they may be making the money, but they're miserable in their jobs. And that's a
Mhm.
whole other kind of miserable. Okay.
Mhm.
Been there, done that.
Mhm.
Also the corporate world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And
but
for me, I think that's another reason why I'm excited about it is because, like I said, I work because I have to pay bills, but like this is something that I can enjoy, something that, I can, I don't know, work through things and say, "Ugh," and, get it all out and feel better and make it through another day. But yeah, so.
I mean, for me, it's like I like it. I mean, like I said, we were talking. It's like therapeutic. It really is.
Hmm.
It's
mhm,
like one, especially when we talk about we had to take care of our aging parents. That I went from a child, like I was in my 20s, like, being free, whatever. Now I'm like taking care of an aging parent, and that's like they were mighty oaks at one point. Now you're like, all right, now you got to argue with them to take a pill. Can you do this for me? I mean, seriously. And then you have to house them too, so they don't see you as an adult. They still see you as that 17-year-old that needs to come home when I say you need to come home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How old are your parents? How old are your
My
parents?
mom is 63. She just turned 63.
Okay. What about yours, Em?
My mom was 68 when she died.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that as well. My mom actually was 44 when she passed, but my aunt, who was my second mom, when I moved back to South Carolina to take care of her, she was 76 and she had a stroke. So being a caregiver is a whole nother level. And so
Yeah.
my heart goes out to anybody that's caring for family member, spouse, or my heart goes out to them because they don't get enough help, because it's round the clock. It's not a break. You
Right,
know.
because I know, like my mother, she had a liver problems, like an autoimmune disease, so she had to have a liver transplant,
Mhm.
and then she got diabetes, and then she got cancer. It was like a
One
layer,
thing after the
layer.
other.
Yeah, it was like
Mm-hmm.
whoa, So it was like, and then at one point, I had our grandmother was living with us, and she has Alzheimer's, and
Oh
then my
Lord.
mother just got her liver, so my house was like it was a retirement home. There's some. I have some stories about that. It was kind of funny, but not funny, but it kind of was. And my husband has the patience of Job because he probably should have left me.
I was about to say your husband was able to help with all of that. I take that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did his best. I mean, he has some wounds. Trust me.
Oh
But
yeah, you get wounds when you have some Alzheimer's and dementia patients in the house because they are
Mm-hmm.
straight raw.
oh my god,
She
I got
she was
stories.
just she was just here for Christmas. We had her over the weekend, and I was like, oh, whew, she's amazing.
Yes.
She's 92 years old and can still. I mean, the
Yeah.
only thing wrong with her really is Alzheimer's. That
Yeah.
is
Now
it.
that's your
Mm-hmm.
grandmother.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Whoo,
Mm-hmm.
bless your heart. Bless your heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah. How long has she been with that disease?
2000. I want to say the early 2000s. It's
Yeah,
been a
like
while.
2005,
Yeah.
2006.
No,
Okay.
2006.
Yeah,
She
Okay.
can still
2006.
recognize Danny.
Oh
But
Now,
yeah, it
yeah,
was right after they were, yeah,
they
a
were
little after
born.
they were born.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that right in and of itself is really hard. And so, you all may be able to, have a talk centered around that and maybe have some resources for the caregivers for maybe like a support group.
Oh, I
Um,
got plenty.
okay,
Because
good, good.
I had to take my mother
Need
into a support group. I was like, I can't. I can't. Again, I got stories. I got stories.
I bet you do, honey. Cause now you know what? When you have a good patient like with my aunt, I called her Nana because that was what my daughter called her Nana. And so Nana was a great patient, y'all. She was a great patient. But the ones that are not in their right minds are your hardest ones to deal with. And then
Mhm.
does she still know y'all, Em?
Mm-mm. She doesn't know
Um,
me.
she knows me. Um, Sometimes she mixes me up with my mom. She'll call me
Yeah.
my mom, but I figure, I guess for me, if it's me or my mom, it's still, I'll take that. But
Right, right.
Right, I mean, yeah, but she doesn't know me. When I tried to hug her, we were leaving for Christmas. She looked at me like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "That's all right, Gran. I got you."
yeah.
And then you move on.
Yeah, she has days because I remember one time I went to visit her and she was like, "I don't know who that is." I got in my car and I cried like, "No."
Yes, yes. The first time my grandmother couldn't recognize me, I cried because I pretty much my mom and we grew up in her household.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can relate to that one. It's
Mhm.
like my mama don't know who I am.
Right.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness.
and it's like I said, I got stories. I wish I could tell them. I want y'all to tune into the podcast for that one, cause
Yeah.
woo,
So
that's
how do
prodigy.
we find that? Because this sounds very interesting.
Oh my God, it is. I mean, she was cute. Kiana was there for some of them, but not many of them, because she lived with me for 5 years before we put her in the home. And it's that one night, me and my mother, we had that one night just solidified. We had to take her to the home. We couldn't do it anymore. It's that one night.
Yeah.
It was one night that we were like, no. And I want to tell people out there, look, I hear a lot of people out there saying I would never put anybody in a home. I would never do that. But let me tell you, one, it was the best thing you could ever did, because when she was at my house, she wasn't eating. She wasn't really dead. But when she finally, settled into the new place, she was eating. She was to herself. And you're not throwing them away. And please don't look down on people who put their parents and grandparents in the home,
Yeah.
because we had what, 5, 6 adults there, and it was
And
hard
she got
keeping up with one.
yes.
It was hard keeping up with her. So you don't
Mhm.
know what somebody's going through
Yeah.
unless you walk in their shoes on that one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My great grandfather had it, and y'all, he would walk up the street. We had to go catch him. He said, "I gotta go feed my cows." Well, that happened, but not today. That happened years and years ago. So,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
so yeah. It's oh my goodness.
Right.
So how do they find Gen X this podcast? Because I'm loving this. I can relate to all this conversation because
See, and this is why we started it, because we not only have like grown kids, other podcasts I've seen, that one I actually I still look at. We're not talking about sex all the time. I mean, I got more to that. You know what I mean? I got more to life than that. We got, I'm trying to find like my second self right now. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's like the transition period. It's like I don't have to work hard like I used to. You know what I mean? I mean, I have to work hard, but it's not like, oh my God, I got the little 2 year old we still got to take care of. She can cook. She can make a mean salad, my daughter, but she can cook. But you can find us right now. We have a youth. We're gonna launch in January.
okay.
You can find us on Instagram. You can find there's a clip on Instagram actually, and Twitter, and you
Thank
can
you,
follow.
Kelly.
Huh?
Kelly put it out there. She put follow Gen XX podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
it's listed like that on IG as well.
yeah, we have
Yes.
IG too.
Mhm.
Okay, and it's Gen XX podcast.
Right.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Thank you. All right, y'all. I tell you. So what are some other subjects that someone that's listening right now that's in our age group that would actually be something that they say, you know what? Oh, I need to tune into this. What are some other subjects? Are we talking about our children?
Dating.
Huh?
Dating at dating in
Dating?
this yes.
Oh
Yes.
God,
She's got stories.
So many stories.
She's got stories
girl.
about dating in your 40s, which you will put up and which you won't put up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that your patience level is like, you know what? No,
No.
lose my
No.
number. So
No.
yeah,
Right. Block real quick.
And then I got stories about 18 years, and my husband is Kenyan. So you have to imagine I got some stories and how to stay that you actually still like your husband in 18 years. Here's some. I got some wounds. I got some wounds. I
but you know
mean,
what? What I
what?
realized is it's easier to give up and it's easier to um it's easier to just give up and say I'm done. But it's harder to say, you know what, we're in it to win it. We're gonna work on this thing and we're gonna work on it together because it takes both of you to do it. You can't make it
Mhm.
work by yourself. you know.
Hmm.
Pretty much. He taught me a lot. He taught me. My mother was married twice, and my father, I think he was married. I don't know how many times. So they weren't the best of examples for to stay together. In fact, my mother, she was in awe that I actually stayed this. So she was like, you have more patience than I did. You know what I mean? So he taught me actually a lot because his parents been together. I talked to them today. They've been together for I want to say 60 something years.
Oh wow, you don't hear that kind of stuff that much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
but
they
you
still
know
going
what?
strong, huh?
Yeah, I said you made me think of something. Shout out to my high school, no, my childhood friend. She and her husband have been married. I want to say 25 years today. 25
Wow,
Wow.
years today. So shout out to Yvonne and Jerry. Happy anniversary, you
Happy
guys.
anniversary. That's amazing.
it
They
That's
is.
at our
amazing.
age, y'all.
I know,
Hmm.
right? You gotta like
Hmm.
somebody to stay with him that long.
Right.
And y'all, they're still goofy and giddy and silly, and they text each other goofy stuff. And I love it. I love it. You wouldn't know they've been married that long. They still do it. Yes,
But
yes, yes.
yeah, she's got stories about. Her Kiana's love life is. I'm
Raising
like, I just sit
raising
back and I'm like,
children
I don't have the
alone.
patience for it.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you. I may have to come in and be one of y'all guests and talk to y'all on that one.
You can.
Please.
No, I'm just laughing on that one. I'm not serious on that one because I wasn't. I'm not patient with that kind of stuff. So I spent a lot of time alone when I got divorced. I spent a lot of time alone. Didn't want wasn't interested, but yeah, yeah. So yes, yes, yes. So I love it, ladies. I tell you, this is gonna be fun. So what's the date that y'all are gonna actually do the release, the official release?
I think it's gonna be the first week in January. Don't quote me on that.
Okay,
It's
Keep watching Instagram and Twitter. We'll
yeah,
okay,
have an official date, but it will be in January.
it will be
okay,
in January because
okay.
our first episode is introducing us the two from Denver, and this is the Denver from the 80s and 90s. That's a whole different Denver than it is now. So this is
Yeah.
pre-weed. I want to put that out there. Pre-weed Denver, Denver, Colorado.
Are y'all
Pre
still in Denver now?
No, no,
Georgia.
Georgia.
In Georgia.
What part?
I'm in Woodstock.
I'm in Locust Grove.
I know where both of you are. I was in Conyers for I was in Georgia for 26 years. And so I actually just did a turnaround trip there yesterday. Another story. But my daughter's a college student there still. So
Okay.
yeah.
Aw,
So yeah, I tell you, I can definitely relate to all of this. So I gotta tune in.
you
Um,
should, because you'll be laughing. I promise you, laughing. And she's more emotional than I am. And if she starts to cry, I'll probably stare at her like, "Are you serious?"
I
So
was
just like.
I was gonna say I think the thing that's gonna be good is just our different perspectives on things because like she said, I'm emotional. I'm really I don't know, like heartfelt about things and she's
God,
kinda
yeah.
like eh eh so
You need to
yeah.
cry.
yeah. Yeah. I cry over everything, so I'm gonna try to keep it at a minimum, but
she's also
depending
more
on the topic, it might be some tears.
she's more conservative. I am. I'm more of a liberal type of person, and a lot of imagination, a whole lot of it. I'm like the black sheep of the family, bah, in all aspects of the word.
Oh my goodness. Y'all are hilarious. I'm looking forward to it. And O'Kelly Factor said when I said I was just kidding about being your guest, she was like, "You should be serious. That sounds like a great show." I'm like, but
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of stories in that because I'm telling you, I didn't. I'm by myself. I ain't want to be bothered. I'm so serious. Yeah,
I commend
guys,
y'all. I commend the women who are 40 and still doing it. I mean, I commend them.
I commend them too because I tell you, My patience level.
And she's still looking for love. She's so cute. She's still looking for love. She still has
I'm
hope.
not looking, but I'm optimistic that it will
That's
come.
right. Q, let me tell you something, Q. When you when you are least expecting it, and you know what your heart, God's gonna give you the desires of your heart, number one. But you're least expecting it, and you're just doing you, enjoying you. That's when it's gonna come. That's what happened for me.
Yeah.
It happened for me.
That's huh?
It didn't happen like that for me. He gave me a lollipop. And I took candy from strangers. And this is the lesson to people out there. Don't take candy from strangers. You get married for 18 years.
Well, guess what? You still with the stranger, so after 18
Right,
years,
right.
so
18
That,
it worked
years.
you
out
know
for
how
you.
like, but it's like when two people who've been in the war together. That's what it's like. Two people that have been in the war together, and they're one. You don't want to break anybody in. No, you already know what he's like. So it's like, and I don't have the body like I did when I was 18 years, 20, when I was like what 24, 25 when I married. Things have sagged a little. I don't want to have to go out there and do all that again. Nah, stay with the one I'm with. We grow together.
Oh my goodness.
Listen,
Tina,
they're
they
gonna love all of
hilarious
me
on
or they're
what?
not.
My cousin is laughing. She and her husband just celebrated 22. How long y'all been married? 21. She's a year behind me, as far as her age, but they've been married like 20 years or something like that. They've been up there too. So I have friends that have longevity like that. That I do.
I don't.
Um, and family. Uh,
I
Yeah,
don't. Most
we don't even know that, and I think that that's another thing that we'll talk about is that we don't know even what that looks like. And so for me, like to see her and other people that I just know, like not within our family or whatever, but just people that we know, it's like it can be, and
okay.
I guess that's why I'm still optimistic about it. But
Yes, I'm telling you. T said they've been married for 21 years. And they co-pastor a church in North Carolina together, and they're besties. And I mean, they still go on dates. And that's the thing. When you get married, you gotta continue to date. I mean, you have to. It's a must. You gotta continue to court me. I'm sorry.
yeah, right, right.
again, we'll talk. And see, you're talking about. Okay, this is what I tell people. When dating somebody out, we're both of us are black, right? He's African and I'm black. Two whole different cultures.
Yeah.
That is two whole different cultures. And I had to learn. I went to Kenya the first time, and I finally got it because I was mad. I wasn't. Again, I got stories, and there are reasons why I was mad. But when I found out the way his dad treated his mom, they don't court. You don't see them go down on dates. They don't even hold hands. But I promise you, if that man was like, I will, if she said, I want the diamond of Gibraltar, he will go Grenadrill. He will go and get her that whatever she wants for nothing. And that's what he was taught. And that's what I'm saying. But I won't give a lot away. That's just a
Okay,
tidbit.
gotcha. So, one of the things that's key for with anybody. Oh, my cousin said you got to keep the fire stoked. That's what I'm talking about, girl. That's the 21-year marriage one. Yeah.
Right?
So, but that's one of the things that people. If you don't learn here she say, she told her facts. If you don't learn your partner's love language, if you don't know your husband's love language and he doesn't know yours, y'all bumping heads anyway. You know,
Right.
your love language is, oh, I want to be held and I want to be cuddled, and he just buying you gifts. You're like, what is it?
Right. I don't want this.
Oh, can you just hug me? Can you just hold me?
Right? So I'll be talking about that part. Also, we got kids. It's weird that I had to unlearn how to parent from my mother, meaning I can't treat my the way the way that I was parented. I can't treat my daughter the same way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That'd be abuse. It would be abuse, and especially, I mean, Wow. I had
I
to
was
treat it
telling I
differently.
was telling her earlier that I saw a quote that said, and I don't know who said it. I can't even remember where I saw it, but it was basically saying like I'm in therapy for the therapy that my parents should have been in, and I think that holds to why like we parent the way we parent because of the things that we went through and the things so some of the things that we feel like we shouldn't have or things
Mm,
that we feel should have been different. So
mm.
yeah,
Yes. Cheryl said, yes, you have to know the love language so you're not talking an unknown language to each other. I love that.
It's
yeah,
true. It's true. But again, when you got two different cultures, he's used to one way, and I'm used to the American love story where there's a puddle, he'll put the handkerchief, and I walk over it. Oh Lord! And he's like, I bought you a house. Shut up. It's two different things. It's like two different. It's like I had to learn that. Like I said, when I went to Kenya, I saw his parents, and I was like, that's why he is the way he is. That is it. They don't do that no hold. I have even his brothers who are married. They were married. They've been married for years with their wives. You don't see holding hands. You don't see all that. But again, they want for nothing. It's
Gotcha.
about providing. The kids are providing. I mean, their kids are in their 30s. Kids are provided for. Everybody's provided for. And that's what they were taught. So it took me a while. It took me a while, but
You got
yeah,
it.
there's stories. There's stories.
See, woo. I'm looking forward to them. So y'all make sure that you are looking for on IG and what else y'all said? Twitter?
Twitter, IG, and oh crap. Sorry, I forgot.
that's all right now. We have a website too, but what is the website, Lord? Oh,
Um,
there's she. Oh,
I
Quinn
just
got it.
posted what she had
Oh, okay,
typed
cool.
earlier. So y'all make sure y'all follow them on Gen XX Podcast. Y'all look them up and follow them because we're excited about this launch. This is gonna be funny and fun, and it's gonna be therapeutic and release, and all that good stuff. It sounds okay. She said Twitter, Facebook, and IG. Okay, thank you so much. She
Thank
said.
you. And hey, this is grown folks conversation. And if the other generation want to learn,
So y'all
tune
get
in.
ready. Y'all get ready for Kiana to cry and for M to be just raw. We already see that now.
Hey,
It's gonna be like, look, this is how it happened. That's how she's gonna be. And Kiana's gonna be like, well, but Q's M's gonna be like, no. So yeah. So thank
That's
y'all
it.
so much for joining us tonight. Any final words that y'all want to leave with the audience?
for me, just tune in. I mean, there'll be some laughter, some crying, some real truths, some stuff I wish somebody would have told me in my 20s and 30s. So
Yeah.
tune in.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank
Amen.
you.
And my cousin Tara says grown folks need to open up and be real. That's what I'm talking about, girls.
Yes.
Right,
Yep.
Yes,
right.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Let's have
And
some
then
real
help some other grown
conversations.
folks. Huh?
I said, let's have some real conversations. Some real
Yeah.
conversations.
Real conversations to help some folks because some people stuck because they haven't had real conversations.
No,
Yep.
they haven't.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much. I want y'all to wait backstage for me for just a moment, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Thank
y'all for joining
you.
us. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. So y'all make sure y'all go out and follow these ladies because this is going to be so exciting with launching their podcast. It's going to be great. So make sure y'all go. I'm going to pull that information up again. They're on IG, Twitter, and Facebook as Gen XX podcast. So look them up that way. Y'all, tonight is our last show of the year of 2022, right? So we just had our 8-year anniversary, yay, of On Fire to Inspire. I'm looking for bigger and greater on next year. So y'all continue to tune in. We are here each and every week on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Aaliyah, your purpose midwife. Y'all, it's all about being a better version of who we are. We're not in competition with anybody. We're just being a better version of who we are, walking out this life and this gift that God has given us. Y'all have a blessed one, and I will see y'all same time, same place next week. Y'all have a blessed one.